Good morning, Mark. We're joined by Troy Riggs, the chief of the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you so much for being here. Certainly, it's been a couple of weeks where we've seen just how thin that thin blue line is. So thanks for your service to start here. As we respond to what's happening across the country in Dallas and Baton Rouge, how are you guys handling it here in Indianapolis?
Well, it's tough because you're always reminded being in a major city that you can have this type of violence, but we've worked very hard to develop relationships with the community, have a lot of community members stepping up. The support that we're receiving from the community has been overwhelming, and now we're asking for their help once again. If you see something on social media, you hear someone making threats against a police officer or their family, please give us a call so we can investigate thoroughly.
See something, say something. It's
Absolutely.
that simple. And certainly there's been something seen on social media here recently that's been a cause of concern for you all, a threat against one of your officers. What can you share about that?
Well, what it is a picture regarding a threat against police officers in general. We believe that it originated here in Indianapolis. We're going to be looking at that overnight. We received a couple more emails that we're going to look into. A lot of times these are just threats. They're not criminal in nature. Somebody may just be voicing some disagreement with the police department. We want to be careful, interview those individuals. If there's criminal charges, we'll certainly not hesitate to file those criminal charges. But if there's no criminal charges, we're going to ask leadership in the community to go with us and hopefully take an angry individual and talk to them and come to some type of peaceful resolution. There
has to be a sense of heightened alert for your department, though. Is it hard not to see a threat like that and take it even more seriously than you would before?
Certainly, with everything that's going on. Remember, we had two major cities in this nation that were pretty much locked down. We haven't seen that in many, many years. And then the attack and the brazen attack against police officers, we haven't seen that type of violence either. So we're on our toes. We're watching. We've increased our training. We've talked a great deal. We've sent a lot of memos out, not only to our troops, but also to our law enforcement partners regionally. We've talked to the FBI and also the state police. So we're working together as a team. But one thing's for sure, if we're going to remain safe as a city, not just the police department, but as a city, we have to have community involvement.
I'm so glad to hear that you're feeling support from our community. That is such a relief here. But if you have a message for the community that's watching here this morning, what would that be?
Just if you see something, say something. Support your police. Hold us accountable, but support your police. These are difficult times, but I tell people all the time, this is uniquely Indianapolis, where citizens rally around their police department. I was in a restaurant the other day, and the officers that were eating there all had their meals paid for by an anonymous person. So that's always kind.
That is fantastic. And quickly here, and lastly, what can we learn from the tragedies we've seen here across the country, both police involved on both ends?
Well, I think what we can learn is that there are a lot of angry people in the world, and they're not afraid to use violence, and we're entering a new phase of our history that's not a positive phase, and we have to work together as a community to restore that peace that we have in our major cities.
All right, Chief Riggs, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Chief Riggs for being here with us this morning.